Woohoo! Welcome to Black Mountain Cycle Centre. We finally made it here. The aim of today's video is to sample some of these trails, take a look at some of the features, so you can decide whether you want to come and ride it yourselves. In this video I want to take a little look at the lesser known trails and the easier side of things. So if you're not up to jumping huge 30-40 foot gaps, we're going to take a look at the other trails and gradually step it up each run, try and go from the blues up to the blacks so you can sort of see a bit of progression, see what the park's offering. So it looks like we've got about 15 trails to session, and there's sort of 2 or 3 pit stops on the way down. So maybe top to bottom runs, it's a place where you can mix and match your way down. There does seem to be a lot more reds and blacks and blues, but there's definitely enough blue trail to get you top to bottom. All right, we are on track on the rabbit run. Straight away we got a split. This is the entry level line, jumps or lumps. You can already tell these jumps aren't the easiest jumps I've ever done. Quite a long size actually. This one's a little bit technical as well. Definitely the kind of place you're going to want to take a few runs through. And the surface is all soil, but there is like a little bedrock underneath. I'm not sure if that's natural or not. Nice tight twisty little trail. Hoppy. So this blue, a nice one to warm up on. Some nice mellow corners, ducking and diving through the trees, a couple of berms, happy days. And you can really start getting a bit of a flow on down here, because there's nothing here that makes you jam on the anchors. So you can really set the brakes off and pop your way through. Now these jumps, they're pretty small, quite tame, but just super fun, super flowy, on a trail called Super Flow. So good! Step up, step down. Awesome track, so fun that. So we're now on a trail called Outback. It's a little top section which is a red. As you can see, it's pretty rocky, rooty, pretty rough. Looks like a bit of a bike beater. Oh, straight back into the flow again. Alright. So that trail was really short-lived. So as you can tell, this is my first time here as well. So I'm learning as I'm going, and it's almost pointless in me telling you how to get to certain runs, because you seem to just drop into one, you find yourself at a split and you just take it. Straight out of this trail that we've just dropped into, we've got a split straight away that's going to take us into the Gary or Red Dragon. We're going to take a little look through the Red Dragon, carry on warming ourselves up, and then go on to the black runs a little bit later on. I mean, look at this for a berm behind us. The way they've used this land, it's like you come out of a corner, pull up on the bars, and then drop perfectly into the arc of another corner. And it just allows you to keep your flow really well. Yes, these berms are mint. Come back in. Yeah. This is where we go into the red Moto. We've gone under the bridge and you've got multiple options again. easiest way, the blue off to the left, nice and flowy. We've got the red where you can come in, hit these berms, or you've got the black route where you jump over the berm. How good is this? It's just bloody bike park heaven, this. So this is mellow. It's this, the corner, that you've got to be careful of. You don't want to be like shrouping up the corner. You've got to flow into this one because you're literally taking off as you exit the corner. So literally, as soon as I've dropped into that, we've got another just melee of lines, and it's almost confusing unless you know where you're going. So we've got the blue line over to the left, which is nice and mellow, a few little berms, a little bit rocky. We've then got what looks to be full moto, which is a pretty big jump, Wildwood, and then we've got berm baby berm. So we've got 4 options in this one little bit. Just been told this middle line is the moto line and then goes on to full moto. Further down there's a split, but I've been told these jumps are easy, just got to get the speed right. And to be honest, the landing's massive, so you can jump it real far. The takeoff's quite mellow, this is a bit of a ski jump, just a case of take the right speed in and you got this covered. So fun! Nice! Carrying the speed into that. Woo! Just made it. All about the big berms that you can hit really hard. Some big jumps at the bottom. So that was Red Dragon into Moto, and what a track that is. But some pretty decent jumps down the bottom. You definitely got to carry your speed from one to the other. And yeah, what a fast, flowy trail, top to bottom, mega trail that. So let's talk about the push-up for a second. It's a bit of a steady sort of fire road climb, quite short and punchy, but definitely take the uplift if you can. Book early, otherwise you end up like climbing up like some kind of mug like me. Anyway, we'll see you at the top. They've packed loads of features up onto this hill, and they're definitely aimed more towards your intermediate to advanced rider. If you're a beginner, it's going to limit you what trails you can ride, because there's only a couple of blue runs and the rest are reds and blacks. Right, so we've just come out the second corner of Tidy Darts. Looks like you've got some short, punchy little gaps, and then it opens up a bit. So these gaps, you've got to treat them with a bit of respect. You come out of this big berm, you go and step down, then you've got some pretty big tabletops. You're going to have to hit them pretty quickly. The takeoffs are quite peaked, so you're going to be getting a bit of air time. There's a lot of jumps in a row, so you're going to have to take a bit of a look, keep sessioning, and gradually work your way through the line. And also it looks like you can session this one quite easily because it's right near the top. you can just hit the first few features, push back up to the top real easy.
Yeah, where it starts getting a bit faster. Whoa! She's big. She's rolling quick as well. Whoa! What a fun trail. So many features. We could spend all day on that.
So here we are taking an inside look at Wildwood. These berms look mega. So smooth, perfectly arced.
Yeah! Like a toboggan around this. Woohoo! Awesome! So smooth as well. Now we've come to the bottom of a blue trail.
Right, so we're dropping into Bomper straight away. We've got this little rock drop. I've been told if you're happy to send small sort of mandatory gaps, you'll be alright on this trail.
Woo! Quite a heavy landing that one. Whoa, look at this for a berm. That come out of nowhere. So this is the kind of stuff where unless you've sessioned it, it comes up so quick, and they do require a bit of commitment. As you can see, like we're coming down here, carrying a lot of speed into this berm, and then you're faced with that. And that is quite scary, to be honest.
Right, so we got the landing of this jump here. We're going to rail this corner. Little drop on entry. Looking scary from the back, but again, it's not nothing too big. Bit of a chicken line off to the side, or we can go full send up here. So we can pop that off. As long as you're not going to drop the front wheel off of that, you're going to be fine, but you definitely can't be rolling it. Nice little double.
Yeah boy, that wasn't too bad. Bomper delivering the goods. Nice, quite a big drop that second one.
So here we have the famous net gap. Huge feature on this trail, you always see it on the videos. A lot more intimidating to look at than it will be to jump, I think. But that's coming from someone who hasn't done it yet. We're going to hop over that, and it looks like it's a step over to a step up. And we can see this takeoff is quite mellow. So it's not going to kick us do anything crazy. Let's have a look at the landing. So here is from a different angle. So a lot of these hits, they're made well enough to carry you from one to the other. So I'm confident that if I can clear this net gap, it's going to carry me over that step up.
Got to get your line right. Phew! Wow! Went big off of that. Whoa, there's more. famous bridge drop.
Right, so this is a trail that keeps on delivering, loads of features on it. Come out of this steep chute and we're straight onto this awkward sort of wooden bridge which goes over one of the trails. We got a bit of a drop there. I think for this feature we're going to have to make sure we keep our speed up onto the top, because it can be hard to predict as you're coming out of a bit of a slow section. Get your speed right going up and then still having the right speed to pop off. Must be about 6 foot, 7 foot. The landing does look quite harsh unless you find the sweet spot. So a trip to Black Mountain Bike Park would not be complete without at least a look at the full Moto line. That's what everyone knows about this place, the huge senders. First of all, huge berm gap. And the guys that are hitting this look like they're probably knocking on 20 to 25 mile an hour. That road is real fast. Into a nice, juicy double. So it looks like the first three are real fast, sort of ski jump styles. Taking in some big pace, and then looks like number 4 is where it steps up. The takeoff gets real steep. These are real man's jumps, these. Quick look at full Moto. I will not be sending these today. I'm rolling solo and I've got work coming up, so I'm not really going for these right now. But there's plenty of lads that are doing it, and it looks like a bit of a bucket list trail, so I'd hope to be back at some point to tick this off the list. But some real big boys jumps, and I'm sure they carry on down there, just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you want to see more from the South Wales Weekender, it's going to be based across 3 different videos. We're heading over to Bike Park Wales soon.
I think one of the trails we're going to look at is Route to Manoeuvre.
And then we're also going to Cwmcarn. These videos are just here to lay it all out for you, so you can decide if you want to come and hit these trails for a weekend yourselves.